shouting Sam.
Just once when you like see Sam in those ads turn around and go, really? You didn't have a problem when I brought It's My Round, Sam, did I, you cheat? Look at the size of you. How about you leave Oliver Second Pie Wayne at home next time, you fat? We worry about the small stuff in this country because we don't have the big things to worry about. You know, we had the demonstration of the mock battle out there, which I thought was very impressive, and the New Zealand Army are very jealous. Because those 6 dudes had more equipment than we do. I got a lot of respect for our army, man, but let's face it, our military only makes the news when something stupid happens. Remember several years ago when Panya of the Reef got stolen in Napier? Remember that? For those of you who don't, it was a statue, it's about this high. It's of a girl sitting on some rocks, it's called Panya of the Reef. Someone nicked it. Went missing for 3 days. It turned up, by the way, in the back garden of 3 dudes who grew pot for a living. I think I know how this crime happened. It's 4 in the morning, you're baked, it's Napier, there's nothing else to do. One of you goes, bro, I've got an idea. You wake up 4 days later and go, that was a big weekend, now what do we do? Oh shit. Your mate's behind you going, thank God, you can see that too? Okay, good, we're in trouble. But that was the story. Statue gets stolen. Most places in the world, not a huge story. New Zealand, headline news! Lead story on the news for 6 days. Only knocked off the front page, if you remember, by Jin the Otter escaping from Auckland Zoo and swimming around Rangitoto Island for a week. And this is the military connection. We sent the Navy after it. Come on! We've got a frigate chasing an otter. We got the army couldn't protect their own museum. That was embarrassing. Our Air Force had to change its advertising slogan because it used to be "Bring It On," until someone thought, what would happen if anyone did? We got rid of the fighter planes a long time ago. It's just one dude and you, bring it on! Oh shit, they're bringing it. Where's the army? He doesn't work on Wednesdays. Where's the Navy? Doing a fishing trip. You know? What have we got that can fly and fight? The killer bees? I mean, come on, man. I hope there's no one in from the Killer Bees, but is that not the gayest gang name in the world? Killer Bees! With a Z. It's not a gang, it's the guys who came 3rd at Smoke Free Rock Quest. Come on. We've been pretty good here, man. We chill out. I tour a lot. I ask people wherever I go in the world, I say, what do you know about New Zealand? The answer's normally nothing. I explain that's our entire defence strategy. You can't bomb us if you don't know where the fuck we are. It's good. Certain things come up. They know we play rugby. That's a tough one for me. I was born in North America. You can't explain rugby to a North American without us as a nation sounding like there's something wrong with us. It's just a great game, mate. We move a ball that way by throwing it this way. Just wondering, are there any Aussies in the room? Any Australians? Good for you. I fucking love your country. You invented a stupider sport than we could ever imagine. Anyone here tried to watch Aussie rules football? Wow. Yeah, what was that game invented for? That special class at high school? So they could all participate? Go on, mate, give it a go. Throw it, kick it, bounce it, we don't care, go for it. Aim for the post. Oh, you missed. Yeah, what the hell, we'll give you a point for trying. Well done, bruiser. Rip your sleeves off, pull your shirts off, grow a mullet, you're in the team. It's good. Speaking of Australia, I do a lot of shows. Which part of Aussie are you from, man? Perth. I've done shows in Perth. Doesn't matter where in Australia, though. As soon as I mention I'm a Kiwi, there's always one bloke. Doesn't matter whether it's a festival or a theatre or a corporate gig, there's always one bloke leaps to his feet back there. Mate, you're a Kiwi, ha! And he says this like we've never heard it before. He goes, you Kiwi, shake sheep, ha! You just ignore it, they just get louder. Mate! Kiwi, sheep tail! That's changing, thankfully. I was in Brisbane 3.5 months ago doing a show, and that happened. This guy starts yelling sheep jokes at me. This enormous dude in the front row stands up and goes, mate, shut up. The inspector man goes, you ignore him, because we're Australian. We fuck emus. I don't know if that's true, but if it is, it doesn't make me feel better. You see an emu, eh? It's a big bird. They can run. Even if you do catch one, they can turn around and look at you. That makes it weird. Now it's like a date. Third thing that people know about us is Lord of the Rings. That put us on the map. That was good for us. Hobbit's coming out. It's going to be exciting. New Zealand's going to get a lot of recognition. It's kind of a mixed blessing though, because Lord of the Rings, let's face it, man, good movies. Not exactly an accurate depiction of our culture. You do get a lot of tourists coming here expecting to see orcs and hobbits and shit. They're pretty disappointed until they go to the Waikato. It's fine. I tell people if they come in here, watch Lord of the Rings, you'll see the scenery, you'll see how beautiful the country is, but watch something else, like, I don't know, Whale Rider. Watch a movie where you can hear a New Zealand accent on the big screen without us being humiliated by it. Give an example. Anyone here seen Star Wars 2, Attack of the Clones? There's a scene in that movie, if you haven't seen it, little Daniel Logan, he's a lovely kid, I've met him a few times, he opens the door to Ewan McGregor. And Ewan McGregor playing Obi-Wan Kenobi, he goes, I would like to speak to your father. And I swear to God, the next second, Danny looks up at him and goes, oh, Dad, there's some fellas at the door for you. He goes, oh, Jesus, no. There's a reason we hired an Englishman to play Gandalf. That big scene on the bridge with the Balrog, you shall not pass. It's not the same, it's like, nah, not in those shoes, eh? Piss off, bro, private function. Doesn't have the same. So watch New Zealand movies. Don't watch New Zealand pornography. We're a small country. You will meet these people. Trust me, you don't want to be sitting in a cafe going, I know her. That's where I know you're from. Let's go there. Any smokers in the room? Yeah. We never make any noise, do we? It's another thing Kiwis just, we are the lepers of the 21st century in this country. Non-smokers hate us. How many non-smokers in the room? Make some noise. Non-smokers? Fuck you. Seriously, you pussies believe in passive smoking? Don't. There's nothing passive about it. We're blowing it at you deliberately. If we're going down, you tofu-eating pricks are coming with us, I swear to God. Because you keep trying to freak us out. 2 non-smokers die every month from second-hand smoke. Like we care. We're killing ourselves. What makes you think you could possibly matter? Come on. Meanwhile, 6 people in this country die every week from illness related to obesity. There's a bunch of you out there living long, healthy lives because we're blowing enough smoke at you to keep you thin. And then you put the pictures on the packets. If you haven't seen a packet of cigarettes recently, every packet has a little photograph of like mouth cancer or something on it. It's pretty full on, right? But it proves to me that non-smokers don't understand how the smoker's mind works at all. Because I look at those pictures and go, mouth cancer. That's really full on. That's starting to stress me out. Problem solved. Because here's the thing we know, right? If we smoke, you're going to get sick, gangrene, lung cancer, heart disease, gonorrhea. I don't know how you smoke, bro. You know, people get sick. But there are plenty of products out there with a side effect. So if every packet of smokes has to have a little picture of mouth cancer on it, surely, I don't know, every bottle of bourbon should have a little picture on the back of a couple beating the hell out of each other. Shouldn't that little photograph? Every one of those spirulina health food drinks, little photo on the back of 2 male fitness instructors just experimenting, just a little photograph. And every packet of chamomile tea should have a tiny picture of an old lady dying alone surrounded by cats. If you're going to be fair. This is fun. I travel a lot. I've done a lot of shows. I was in Las Vegas not long ago, but it's all been building up to this. The Tui Public House. Shit, yeah. It's cool. I like these people. You know, there's certain parts of New Zealand that have a real kind of thing to them. Auckland, everyone thinks Auckland's really poncy and that. You look around here today, you just go, oh, that's not true. You go to Wellington, they all think it's really arty, but if you're ever down there during the 7s, you go, oh, that's not true. Christchurch, anyone here from Christchurch? Good on you, man. You guys have been through a long, long couple of years. I've spent a lot of shows in Christchurch. And I want to tell you a truth, it's an absolutely true story, which to me says how Christchurch is going to rebuild. But before I do, the Christchurch earthquake had a lot of heroes involved in it, the student volunteer army, the people who kept the power on, people who kept the water on. But me personally, I'm doing this at all my shows. If either of you guys know the dude who was arrested inside the condemned Hotel Grand Chancellor because he'd been living there for 3.5 weeks, going room to room, drinking the minibar. That man is a hero in this country, ladies and gentlemen. And when they arrested him, he was only wearing a robe. Because people deal with tragedy in different ways. I was down there after one of the quakes, and it was a hard time. I was doing a show, and the day before my show, this is an absolutely true story. It says a lot about Canterbury. There'd been a whale stranding at a place called Port Levy. 25 pilot whales had swum ashore and got beached. And the locals, who were still rebuilding, put everything down and went out and saved 23 of these whales. Spent up all night doing it. The day later, in the Christchurch Press, the day of my gig, I opened the paper, and there, looking back at me, was the single greatest letter to the editor that I've ever read. And it went like this. Dear Sir, with all due respect to the people of Port Levy, I believe whales are trying to evolve, and they can't do it if we keep shoving them back into the ocean. Now, there are 3 reasons I love that story. Firstly, somebody wrote that. That's not the kind of thing you write down the first time it occurs to you either. That's been building. It's like Port Levy was the last straw. Fuck it, I'm writing a letter! Secondly, the Christchurch Press published it. That I understand, because that must be the most boring job in the world, man. Letters to the editor guy, same shit every day. Oh, parking fines, and bus lanes, and booyah, this is going in the paper. And thirdly, because people of New Zealand and people of Canterbury have a long history of doing shit that other people think is impossible. We climbed Everest, we split the atom, so just for a moment, what if he's right? What if for centuries whales have been crawling up onto beaches, going, come on guys, we can do this. Come on, the frogs did it, we can do it. And then, like any of us trying to achieve anything, Greenpeace turn up and ruin your day. Folks, I'm going to ask you a couple of things before I leave, and that is, firstly, look after yourselves today. It's a very hot day, and I know what New Zealanders are like in the sun. We all suddenly think we're Pacific Islanders. Fuck, we're not. There's a bunch of skinny white guys over there who are going home the same colour as a lobster at the end of the day. They're going to go home and their missus is going to tap them on the back. If you're having a good time today, make it up when you go home. We've just gone through a big state of babies born after the World Cup. People say that the reason so many people got pregnant during the World Cup is because the nation was having a good time. I don't believe that. I think it was a whole bunch of blokes who had to make shit up to their wives. She's going, sure, you can go out every night and watch rugby, but I want a baby. And if you have kids, look after them, look after yourselves. If you're drinking today, like I say, don't drive home, but enjoy yourself. Have a couple of drinks. Have a cigarette if you're into it. Feel free to dance. Not to me, obviously. That'd be weird. Dancing to a comedian, just because this is my job, and people find that weird. I did some shows, I know I took the piss out of the army earlier. I did some shows in East Timor a few years ago with the army, and I met this dude. I said, what do you do for a living? He goes, I'm a heavy machine gunner. I went, awesome. What does that mean? He goes, well, basically, if a firefighter erupts, I set up on an exposed bit of land, keep a steady stream of M60 into the enemy positions, while my fire team make a flanking maneuver. My job is to make sure none of those boys get killed. What do you do? I tell jokes for a living. The response is always the same, really. Fuck, is that hard? No! What do you do, sir? What's your job? No, don't look behind you. I'm talking to you, my friend. What do you do for a living? Tennis player. Fucking, that's an easy